welcome back. It's been a while since we worked on the ICT Mastery Mentorship together, but as promised, I'm going to resume the ICT Mastery Mentorship in this episode. Okay, not to the point where we're introducing a new concept or anything, but to mentally prepare you. This is what this episode is for. Now, don't click off. This is that time that I'll actually tell you to not click off, because this is serious. Because the amount of things that I'm about to teach you may seem a bit overwhelming or intimidating, and that's what this episode is for, is to put you in that mindset to basically learn everything properly, to where you won't get too overwhelmed, to where you would know how to learn everything, and basically know the objective behind the ICT Mastery Mentorship. That's all we're going to talk about. And matter of fact, it's been so long, right, that I've touched on ICT Mastery Mentorship. I just want to get this out there, that today is actually my birthday. At the time of this recording, October 19th is my birthday, and I've turned 15 years old. Yeah, your boy's getting old. Like, I'm getting so old. Like, watch this. This is the funny part. I'm getting so old, right? And if you scroll back to this here and you look at my description, it says 13 years old. I swear time is moving so fast. I am nowhere near 13 years old anymore. I'm 15. So I might as well just, adjust this real quick and save it. Anyway, but yeah, I'm 15 years old now. And let's get to your mental preparation of the ICT Mastery Mentorship before we move on to Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4. So, matter of fact, let's exit back out of the browser and go to the actual ICT Mastery Mentorship and what I have in store for you. As you can see, this is Chapter 1, and this is where we're at right now. We're at the purpose of the ICT Mastery Mentorship, your mental preparation before we move on to Chapter 2, Chapter 3, and Chapter 4. Now, the goal or the objective behind the ICT Mastery Mentorship, do you know the one phrase, knowledge is power? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of that before. So I had that one phrase in mind when I thought of producing this, because the one thing I see all the time when it comes to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it doesn't matter what platform the traders are on, or even just traders documenting their journey of trying to become a profitable trader, the one thing that I see is they don't know enough. And this is with any strategy. It doesn't matter, any strategy, ICT Concepts, retail. It's just not enough. They just simply don't know enough. You might be like, oh man, that's bull crap. You have to keep everything simple in the markets. That's just how you have your edge. True and not true. Reason being, if you keep it simple, you won't know enough. But if you know enough, you can simplify everything you know. You get what I'm saying? So the idea of keeping things simple in the market is partially true. Partially true, okay? Just partially true. But that's what this ICT Mastery Mentorship does. It teaches you every single thing. When I say every single thing about ICT concepts that's necessary, and when I say necessary, I mean knowledge that can be useful. Knowledge that is, like, for example, if you ignore it, you could potentially miss out on something. That's the knowledge that's in here. There is some things I excluded, like mega trades, some long-term concepts, like there's some other concepts I excluded, like event horizon, wicks, just very small, insignificant things that I didn't think would, mean too much. But yeah, this is what the ICT Mastery Mentorship does. It educates you about literally everything when it comes to ICT concepts. So when you jump in these markets and get ready to trade and go live and use your profit, whatever you're doing, even on demo, you'll be able to read the charts like it's nothing. So this is all this episode is. It's a mental preparation for you, because if you just want to see like a little teaser of what I have in store for you, this is Chapter 2. Right after this episode ends right here, what you're currently watching, this right here, we'll be going on to Chapter 2, which is time-based liquidity, smart money divergence, power of 3, PDR major, and it just keeps going. You're probably like, oh my god, this guy's about to make my head fall off because I'm about to teach you so much. No. Nope. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of all this, okay? Because the primary reason I have all this in here is for one key benefit, and that is to help you. I'm not here to hinder you or to make you a terrible trader. Some may be like, some humans or people are naturally just like, I can't learn all this. And one of those people being my dad. You cannot hop on ICT Concepts for nothing. Some people just can't do it. But for the ones that can do it, I guess you can say you're above average. We don't know. But I feel like every single human on this planet, if you have not necessarily the right mindset, but the right teacher to put you in the right mindset, then you can learn ICT concepts. And thankfully, just thankfully, if you have come across me, which I do have a very small audience of 1,127, subscribers, which is more people that haven't subscribed. But you get what I'm saying. I have a very small audience. But for the ones that have found me, you are very, very lucky. I will say that. You are very, very lucky because you have found a mentor that teaches you ICT concepts in such a easy, absorbable, and constructive way of teaching to where learning all this will be a breeze. And you'll be like, oh, once you're finished learning this, you're like, oh, wow, I see how JJ was teaching me now. It makes a whole bunch of sense. Now, when it comes to actually applying these concepts, some people might take it too literally when I say learn all this and use it in the charts. Like, for example, if we're looking for a setup here, right? And I don't know, you wanted to take this long right here. See that? You wanted to take this little long here. Now, obviously, right? Obviously, you would not use literally every single concept that exists here. You're just not. You're not going to do that. What I am going to do, though, to assist and to not necessarily make you use every concept, but be aware of every concept that is presented to you. Because all these concepts aren't just going to be there in the chart in a single day or in a single week. That's just not possible. That's not going to happen unless you're looking at the 1 second chart. That's the only possible way that's going to happen. But other than that, all of these concepts are not going to form in a single day. There's just no way. It's not going to happen. Okay, because some of them are long term. Some of them take way too many steps to form. You get what I'm saying. But what I will do, right, is for the chapter's chore. You see this right here? The chapter's chore is basically your homework. It's your homework at the end of each chapter. Each chapter. I'm not going to cut that out because this is going to be a raw, unfiltered recording of me talking to you personally. But anyway, the chapter's chore is basically your homework. So at the end of each chapter, I'll tell you to go over and drill yourself on certain concepts, confluences, signatures, and PD arrays to really, really go over them. And just based off my experience, like for example, I had a hard time learning a breakaway gap and actually knowing how to use it. So from my experience, since I had trouble doing that, and I've seen other people have trouble, recognizing breakaway gaps too, it's likely that in that episode, I'll be drilling you more and more so you can really understand what a breakaway gap is. And when it forms, you'll be able to subconsciously see it. Not like when you're actually trying to look for it. You get what I'm saying? But when you are in those charts and you just instinctively see it. You're not even just trying to look for it. That's what this ICT Mastery Mentorship is for. It's to train you so well to where you can just open up the chart and the information or all the confluences, signatures, and reference points that are on the chart get sucked into your brain immediately, and you immediately know what's on the chart. That is what I'm trying to get you to be like, just like me, because I can do the same exact thing, in which I back test for hours and hours on it. Okay, I recognize what optimal trade entry was, breaker structure was. I trained myself on a PD array matrix, and I trained myself on what time distortion was. So that's basically what this mentorship is doing. Like for example, if I go in the charts right now, this is a pretty long personal talk, but I have to do this with you. I really do have to. Anyway, for example, right now, you can train yourself so hard to know, oh, this right here, this is a fair value gap. Easy, right? You can train yourself so hard, like, oh, this is an order block. Easy, right? Real easy. You can train yourself again. Oh, this mitigation. Easy, right? It's simple. And you'd be like, oh, this right here, this is a liquidity purge. Easy. See? Probably like, oh, come on, Jay. Obviously, those are easy concepts. But you get what I'm saying. You just get what I'm saying. I'm going to be training you to where, for example, if I jump onto the hour, like right here, if I jump into the hour, you can immediately see what's going on here. Like right now, for example, let's say you only know the knowledge of chapter 1. You don't know anything else other than what I've taught you in chapter 1. For the new traders or intermediate traders or ones that are even just now getting introduced to ICT concepts, you might not know anything that's happening here. But once you're into like chapter 3, chapter 4, I'll say like once you finish chapter 3, you'll really be able to see price. But chapter 4 is the cherry on top to really give you that insane precision, and I guess you could say the great predictions and narratives and whatever that word is. I can't really say it, but yeah, anticipatory skill development. That's what I'm trying to say. That word right there. I'm gonna keep that in now. Before we end our chat here, let's educate you on the actual intent and the objective behind ICT Concepts. If you've watched Michael, I think it was during his 2022 or 2023 mentorship, you've probably heard that ICT concept or concepts isn't like you find a single PD array, a single reference point, single confluence, or single something and call it Holy Grail. That's not how ICT concepts function. Okay. So whenever I see traders that have one model, or so sometimes they have good models that use 10 confluences, 5 confluences, or have a decent amount of confluences that actually make sense and that actually work together. You can have a model that has a decent amount of confluences, but when it comes to ICT concepts, it's not that. Okay. When it comes to ICT concepts, the more you know, just the more you know. I think that's all I have to say. The more you know. When it comes to ICT concepts, the more you know about it, the more versatile you can be. You'll have more setups available. You'll understand what every single price movement is and what it's doing. So once you learn these concepts, you're going to be a beast, just like me. You're going to be, you're going to, yeah, boy. I hope this prepared you, okay? Because this mentorship is gonna supercharge your skills. So be ready. Until then, I'll see you guys in chapter 2. Good luck and good trading.